Trey, starting off with you, how does it feel to be back at Arizona considering last year was supposed to be your last year, right?
Yeah, it's looking back, I would say it's my past self. It's not what I expected it to be, but in the present moment, it's an absolute blessing. Have the opportunity to line up with this guy, the rest of the boys again. It's a blessing for sure.
And then it's not what you thought it would be.
Yeah.
How would you summarize your college journey up to this point?
My college journey, I would say it could always be a lot worse, but I would say it's not for the weak-minded. I've had multiple injuries, a lot of adversity, as we all do in our own way, but it's definitely formed me into who I am today, without a doubt.
And then how much are you looking forward to getting another year with Coach Joe?
It's the best thing, man. It's the best thing that could have happened for me. I'm grateful.
What have you learned from him in the last year?
I was talking about this last time, but it's just the minute details of every little thing, whether it be run, whether it be pass rush, first step, fully executing a move. It's just details.
And then, Maze, how would you summarize the last year of just being here at Arizona?
I think it was a great year to learn and develop myself. But then I think this upcoming year is where I need to staple my feet on the ground and keep moving forward.
Why do you think you were able to establish yourself as a true freshman last year? What do you think led to you getting on the field?
I was just believing in the work. When you have nothing and you need to prove a lot, it's just the motor never goes down. It's just keep going up, and every day you work, you just feel like that there's no limit. Sky's the limit every day, and that's how I felt, and that's how I was able to prove myself and get on the field this year.
What have you learned from Coach Joe in the last year?
Like Trey said, every little detail, and him helping me be consistent every single day and be like rise every day and never fall back down. You know what I mean? So him helping me develop with every little detail to upgrade my game has helped me as a player. And not just that, outside of this building, he's been a father figure, and not just to me, but our whole D-line and most of the players on our defense.
This is a question for both of you guys. You guys return a lot of players. What do you think about the amount of pieces that you guys are adding, and how do you think last year could maybe set you guys up for this year?
I think it's everything we needed, man. Obviously we like to learn from the past, but not linger in the past too long. The past season helped us build the standard for what we do, which is redline, and now it's just building on top of that. But everybody that's come in is working hard so far. First day of full pads, or just shells, I guess I should say. So it's great to be running around, see everybody on the grass, kind of get a feel for them as a player.
What do you think?
I think it's great to have everybody back and not having to, learn every single piece of our defense. You know what I mean? So having Vats back help us move this thing forward faster.
How did Leroy Palu progress? What was noticeable about his development in the last year, and how he was able to get in that starting lineup?
Yeah, this one, Leroy, he came in, man, and he was always cool with everybody. He never said too much, but, he's cool with you, and he just came in and put his head down. Like, he wasn't the guy immediately, and I actually just talked to him about this yesterday. He came in and was consistent every single day and just played his role and played his part until, he is where he is right now.
And then the younger guys that are early enrollees, Prince Williams, Manoa, and Keatron,
Yep.
what stands out to you when you look at those guys?
I think all those guys came in with the hunger motor, and they're willing to work. I think they lower their crown and put aside the hype that they had in high school and just willing to work every day and help us get this thing going.
I was going to say, to Mace's point, nobody really has egos in our room. Like, we all work together well. We all obviously want to be the best, but we're going to help each other get there. We're not going to down each other. We all have a great mindset in terms of attacking the work. It's just growing from there.
And then specifically Prince, what stands out to you about him?
That guy is relentless. I'll put it that way. To keep it kind of short, he is relentless.
And then was it a labrum injury?
It's a rotator cuff.
A rotator cuff?
Yeah, both actually.
When did you get that injury?
That was Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State?
Yep.
Okay. And then what was the process like to get back?
It's, I've been through an Achilles before, so it's not exactly the same, but it's just monotonous. Like, you got to do it every day, and you don't feel like necessarily doing it all the time. But it's, either I do that or I don't get to play and chase my dreams. So
Do you feel like maybe a blessing in disguise? I don't know how would you describe that, but you think that maybe another year here in the program working with Joe, maybe that could benefit you long term?
yeah, without a doubt. And I went up to go consult with them because I didn't really know what my next move was coming off of that. And Coach G, one thing he reminded me that just sticks with me is it's God's timing. It's all in God's timing, and I truly do believe that myself. So I know I'm here for a reason because I'm here. Same with him.
What's it been like to learn from Trey Mason?
Man, Trey is. I named Trey Mr. Redline because he's the man. I've learned a lot from Trey last year, and it's just the way he is. He's super consistent, and every little thing he does it with his full potential. And he's super detailed in everything he does, and with that, it helps me, upgrade my game and help me develop as a football player. Doing everything in detailed and making sure that not just dripping, but also getting things done in the right way. I think that's part of the biggest thing that I've learned from him.
Are you the only one that calls him Mr. Redline?
No. Almost everybody on the team.
Everybody calls him?
Yeah, I love most of the people.
Yeah, it's a good amount, but it's I'm always working to be better with Redline and everything. So, yeah.
When did you first hear Redline, Trey? When was that thing?
Well, if you want me to be honest with you, going back in my days with Coach Brennan, it used to be Blue Line at San Jose State. So, yeah, and then Redline, we came here, and his first year here, we started incorporating it. But I would say last year, kind of like what we talked about earlier, was the season that set the true standard for Redline. Yeah.
And then last year was Danny's first year as defensive coordinator. You played for multiple defensive coordinators. You had a different DC in your first year at Arizona. What was unique, or what stood out to you about how the defense was able to have the success that you guys had last year?
Shoot, it's all props to Coach G, man. I think, you could look at X's and O's all day, but from a coaching standpoint and man-to-man, looking in the mirror, Coach G goes hard. And he's a great guy. Like, he will push us and push us and push us just to show us that the barrier we might think is here is way up here. And that just translates to play. Then you incorporate that into the X's and O's, and, it shows up.
And then going back to some other guys that you have on the defensive line, Zach Ciulepa was one guy that we've heard, if he gets into, better shape, he might, really be something. What have you noticed out of him in the last year?
With Zach, I think he's lost a lot of weight, and that shows us that he really cares this time, helping us, not just, the way he was last year wasn't the best, but then he flipped the switch this year, and he has helped us, with everything that we do in our box. We can't go the whole time, and he has helped us. When we need him, he's there, and that, I think this year he's been better every day, and he's working, and he never looked back.
Yeah, he really has been, man. I mean, seeing just his body transformation alone, just from the start of this year, is crazy. And then, what is he now? He's lost like 40 pounds?
Yeah, 40.
He's lost like 40 pounds.
He's
He's a big guy, and he is pretty agile. Like, he's hitting 17 miles an hour at his size. So, it's insane, man. It's really impressive.
But even at the weight that he was at last year, he was
Still moving.
still able to move, right?
Yeah, yep.
Overall, though, what's just kind of your guys' mindset as a unit this spring and also training camp?
Red line. First and foremost, effort, execution, accountability. But we just need to swarm to the ball, all 11 to the ball in a bad humor. Just get off the field and have a little bit of grit. Not arrogance, but we need to train to a point that we're confident in what we do.
And then what do you guys like to do outside of football? Are there hobbies or anything that you guys are passionate about away from the game?
Most of the times we just grab dinner together as a unit sometimes, and maybe not a full, not a whole room, but some of us would get dinner together, and I think that helps us have the chemistry that we have right now, and helps us elevate, going forward.
What do you try?
I like fishing. I'm into music, video games, obviously chill with the boys or hop on the games with them and Just watch a lot of YouTube.
Okay.
Just depends on the day.
Fishing, huh?
Yeah, I love fishing. I really do.
How did you get into that?
My dad took me, I think, for the first time when I was maybe 5 years old, and I didn't catch anything, but I was just seeing fish in the water, and I was amazed. And ever since then, love fishing.
What's the biggest thing that you've caught?
The biggest thing, I would say it's either just the carp at Lake Roosevelt out here, and then maybe a pike. I just don't know which one weighed more, but the pike was definitely longer, and that was in Michigan.
What are you doing career-wise?
Career-wise?
Like outside of football? Like what are you studying in school?
Interdisciplinary studies. So it's a lot of communication and leadership-based things, which, you know, I feel works perfectly for the space I'm in. And aside from that, like the general interests I just told you, I guess maybe including animals, that's all I'm really into, man. But ball that's, you know, main thing for me. So.
Okay. I was gonna say, how does the extra year help you with school or master's degree or anything like that?
Help me get one step closer to mastering the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looking at the offensive line, is there anybody that stands out to you? And I know it's still early and you guys are only in shells, but is there anybody else that jumps out to you over there?
I think Big Lotto. Yeah, I think he's one of the O-lines that have helped us, you know, get uncomfortable with our game, because when we're comfortable, it doesn't help us get any better. But with them procrastinate this year and getting better, that has helped us get better too on the field. And Dooster, yeah, I think both those guys have helped us a lot this year, and not just this year, but last year too.
Yeah, all in all, as a unit, those guys just work really well together. So it's, you know, we could single some out, but it's, as a unit, they work really hard. And given that it's early in camp, just the competition itself within the position group and then from them to us, it's been excellent across the board. So I'd say all of them.
And how's it been implementing Cooper? I know he's a linebacker, but he's an edge rusher type of guy. What's it been like being able to get him in the mix?
He's a dog, man. The very first impression I had of him, chill guy, you know, very respectful. And then we all get in the weight room together, and this guy is going. He's good. He turned it up for sure. He's a dog that works hard all the time. Great human being as well.
Yeah.
And then you've been able to be teammates with Dom Alessio over the last couple of years. How has he gone about getting better, and how do you think or what's the next step for him in your opinion?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You want me
Best for both of you guys.
I think Dom is the type of guy like Trey too. He's an everyday guy. He's just coming in, willing to work, and never cut corners. And he's one of the guys that I look up to upgrade my game. And this year he's gonna help us a lot.
Yeah, I'm really proud of Dom. He attacks the day, just like Mace said, the same way every single time. I'm always seeing him around here, and he makes me better, you know? Like, having guys like Mace, Dom, Lee, all the boys in our room. When everybody else is on their P's and Q's, like, you know, you got to be on your P's and Q's too. So, Dom, he's definitely going to make a big step this year, and I'm really proud of him.
And lastly, how do you think the last year could help out a guy like Ezra Funa? Maybe practicing with you guys, observing from the sidelines and watching, how do you think maybe that can help elevate him this year and get in that mix?
You're asking, like, about the previous year? How that helped him?
Yeah,
Okay.
sitting out redshirt.
I'm hyped up for him, and not just me, but our whole defensive group, line group, because he can do a lot of things. If you tell him to get to the A gap, he'll get there no matter what. He's a really strong dude, and also a really hungry kid that wants to work every day.
Yeah, he's hungry. He was already hungry, and then on top, you know, a little bit from my perspective, injury is kind of what helped me out. He had his own situation, but I say that to say I know how it feels when you're away from the game and you're detached. That man is hungry, and he's coming for it.
Yeah.
When you're detached from the game, what's kind of going through your mind? How do you overcome that mentally?
You got to lean on your brothers for sure. Keep faith in God. Keep your faith strong, and just stay around the building a little bit longer. So normally, like, you know, you start going through it a little bit. It's easy for you to want to kind of just escape, but you got to lock in, dig in a little more, and just, you know, find things to be grateful for in your day. That's what helped me a lot. I started finding little reasons to be extra grateful.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Fellas, you guys are awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.